Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Buzibwera, Charity Green Acres Farm. And thanks to all those who have been subscribing and liking. You are doing a great and tremendous job for me. Don't forget always, there are new things coming on my YouTube channel. It's a great morning today. It's a rainy day. We wake up very early in the morning, like I always tell you. Then we have to check on our goats and see so that we can give them water in the morning. Check on them. Those that are heavy, sometimes they are due. You can wake up sometimes when they have aborted. So basically, you have to record down all the uncertainties that have arisen and those good things that you have seen in the morning. So that is why we normally say that you wake up very early in the morning before it is 7. Then you go and check every goat and see how it is doing, how it is working. This is what we are going to see today. Most of the farmers do forget this task of leaving, the goats to be on their own in the morning. But for me, what I normally do is I wake up by this time, then I go and check every goat by goat and goat. So please come and join me. Then we go to the shed, where we call the shed. You see, you can even hear by the sound of the goats. Out the goat when it is still, on the rainy day, like you see here, it is still, it is not good to put them out. The grass is not yet dry. So I normally advise farmers, you leave the goats in the shade, like it is now here. Very early in the morning, you clean all the utensils that you use to putting in water. So this is what we do in the morning. This is where we put the salt. Like you see, the salt supplement. You put it there in the morning. When you come, you clean. You see how it is enjoying. It is very good and very vital for goats. When you raise it up like that, it doesn't waste the salt. It will eat it bit by bit, and then even another one comes and joins. So when it goes back inside, then it will drink some water. So by the time they go out to graze, they will have at least stimulated their enzymes that we are going now to graze. I would advise most of the farmers to do something like this on their sheds, raised up very well, put in the salt supplement. That is the lake salt. Most of you put in this other salt called chisula. I wouldn't advise you to use that one. So when we wake up in the morning, this is what we do. We check on our goats and see how they have performed during the night. Most of them, you see, they're almost leaving. They are due. They're almost giving back anytime. So you pass through and check on them one by one. Most of these ones which are here, they are nannies. Anytime they are giving back. Anytime. Most of them here. And it is very funny. You can see, they sleep in families. The mother sleeps with the children. This one is close to the mother, you see. Goats are very funny and very sensitive. You will realize that every goat is sleeping with its mother. The nanny is sleeping with the children. The nanny is sleeping with the kids. Actually, not the children, but the kids. Every mother, every nanny will sleep with the kids. So you see how beautiful it is. Because right now, early in the morning, to observe all these things, you're missing out so many things coming about. So this one will give like 3. That one normally gives us 3. So these are the nannies. time giving out the kids. Yes, welcome to my YouTube channel, Buzibwera Charity Green Acres Farm. You have always inspired me to go more and more and teach you about basically on goats management and how to graze goats and be beneficial and financially stable so that you can earn some money. Today, being that we are now in the season of rains now, I'm going to try and teach you how you can manage the goats during the rainy season. These seasons do disturb a lot of, you know, of goats, and then many of the farmers get, problems during the rainy season. They don't know how to manage. They don't know what to do, how to go about. So you find most of the cases they lose their goats, and others even withdraw and leave this business of goat management. Don't forget always to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because this is when you get most of the information that will help you manage your goats at the farm. Like I said, most of the farmers get problems during these seasons of rain. They don't know what to do and how to go about. But it is always very vital to have nice sheds, nice structures for your goats to sleep in, like you saw mine. So I would advise most of the farmers that don't go for expensive structures. Don't use a lot of money. You improvise with what you have, as so long as the structure is not leaking during the rainy seasons to disturb the management of your goats during their sleeping and resting time when they come back. So always improvise. There are so many ways you can go about than wasting or using a lot of money that resources which you don't have. So I would advise you that when it comes to the rainy season, please make sure that your goats have where to sleep and it is safe, so that it controls them from getting so many problems, from getting so many, issues with you as the owner of the farm. Please don't fear to improvise with any structure or use any materials that you have. You can use grass for shelter as long as it doesn't have any leakage. You can even improvise with the timber from the slabs that you have around the farm. Then use them so that you can make some structure around and make some fencing of the shed, so that they have some security with them, that water does not flow throughout uh, the structure, and without no leakage, then they will have a good night's sleep or evening rest. Anything to do with the shed, make sure that it is suitable for the goats. Most of the time when it is rainy season, these goats normally don't mix with the dew. Like you see now, it is coming to 8 in the morning and the dew is still full on the grass. So what farmers, those who are not advised well, wake up in the morning, then they set off their goats for grazing. This affects the goats a lot. The end result you will get is the foot and mouth problems. And those problems are very difficult to handle and manage, because most of the times you even lose out the goats because it affects them. It affects them a lot. They cannot even graze when they go out. So you will find that it affects you also. Even the goats are very weak. When it comes back, it can even take a month to chew her up. So when it is even heavy and it has to eat and feed with the babies inside, you find issues and cases that they are not even, looking good. And the only problem that you got was to put them out very early in the morning. So time management is very crucial. Wait until the dew is off the grass. This is when you can set out your animals for grazing. My subscribers out there, you will be asking what time is suitable or very, you would take out your goats. I would advise you to take out the goats once the dew is off. It is normally 9 to 10. That is the right time for you to set out the goats. However, even if it is raining, don't fear to take out the goats. If it is not heavily raining, because the rains do not affect the goats, it is only the dew that we are most concerned of that affects and brings the problems of foot and mouth. So the best time would be between 9 to 10. Between 9 to 10, we normally see that the dew is off the grass and the goats are good to go for graze. You must advise even the boys around the farm to take into consideration, because if you don't tell them the effects of setting out these goats when the dew is still on the grass, they will release them in the morning, like some of the farmers do here. They release the goats in the morning and they don't know the end results and the effects of it. So for me, what I normally do, and I would advise you, please get the best timing when they are supposed to go out, and they psychologically know when it comes to 9 to 10, they also make a lot of noise and bang the door, and they also know that we are also getting out for grazing. Yes, like I've told you before, to manage the goats during the morning hours before the dew is off, you have to separate the nanny with the babies. Now these ones are just 2 days old. They are 3. To avoid the colds in the morning. So the mother is still bonding with the kids. So most of you, when you come here to the farm, you ask, do these goats feed inside here? Yes, they do. You can hold it like this. It enters there like that. Then you put the babies also inside. You put the babies inside. You see, there are 3. These ones are just 2 days. So this one helps the mother to bond very well with the kids. You see, even the shed is, managed very well to avoid the colds, and the pneumonia affects also these babies, these kids when they are still very young. So if you make something beautiful like this for your goats, you will not find cases of, foot and mouth, pneumonia. You don't lose babies. These ones are just 2 days and they are very healthy. So I would advise farmers like me to at least make something suitable for the goats. It feels very comfortable. It breastfeeds very well. They have slept in a very nice, clean place. So you will not find issues and cases of problems affecting your goats at the farm. So you can see we still have space here, even to the other side. So if there are more than 5, more than 10, we still again have spaces. The goats do pass around here with their baby, the kids, and then they sleep here. They bond for 4 to 5 days. It depends on the numbers that we have got during the time. So it will stay here for 4 to 5 days. It bonds very well with the kids so that they can remember that this is our mother. And then they get time even to breastfeed so that they gain a lot of strength and they get enough milk with their mommy. The mother is looking very healthy, and even the kids, just 2 days, it gave birth yesterday. You see, they are very strong because it has been grazing very well, getting with all the nutrients. So it will be very strong and heavy. All because you have got good structures to accommodate them. So, like you see the ground here, they don't sleep direct there. You should always not forget to keep the dry straw with you at the farm. So this is where I keep it. So in case I have a nanny that has given birth or anytime is going to give birth, I collect this straw, then take it to my hen house, then lay it on ground like this. This dry straw will help you as a laying foundation bed. so that, you know, the goats will feel very comfortable. That's a sofa for them. So when the nannies sleep here with the kids, they feel at least very secure and they will not be affected by the colds. So you see, this is how we do it. We then put the straws, another here, even another one there, another one there. So as long as we have so many nannies that have given birth, then that is how we normally manage it. Like that one, you see it is hiding there. That is where it sleeps with the kids. So time management is very vital. You cannot release these babies and then you think they will grow very well. It is still very early in the morning. The holes are there. The dew is still on the grass. You release, the moment you release the mother, then even this one will start crying for the mother. They will want to go outside. Yet the dew is still on the grass. It affects these ones with the mother. And once the foot and mouth affects such 2-day-old, by the time it comes to a month, you will lose them. You will lose the goats. And yet you can see they are very strong and, you know, very beautiful. You see? Just 2 days. Time management of the goats. So the mother does not breastfeed from the penny. So once you pick the babies, automatically the mother will come following you until you put them to the feeding care. So even the rest, all those ones that are breastfeeding, they will come and follow up where the babies are. Savannah bread is very, very good. So the mother will come and join. To avoid the abuse, they breastfeed from this dry place. So it is coming to age. Even other mothers will come and join. This one knows that these are my kids. So we release even all the breastfeeding mothers. You're going to see how interesting these goats are. That each and every nanny knows the kids, knows its kids. So you see, by that smelling on them, it knows that these ones are not my kids. So we are going to release all the mothers, the nannies that are breastfeeding. They come one by one, they join the shed. So we don't even allow them on this view. So they come on this right here and see. Then they wait for all their babies, the kids, to come and join them for breastfeeding. You should at least give them 1 hour. 1 hour. So we are going to release now the babies for all these ones that are crying for their mothers. So they are going to come and join. Hear the sound. The mothers are waiting for their kids. In the morning, they come to join the mothers. Wow. So each and everyone knows where to go. This is my mother, the other one is my mother. You see, this one has 2, the other one has 3, the other one has 2. You see, this one has 2. The logic behind here, you may ask, how do they notice that this is my mother? That is the very good reason as to why we normally give them the 5 to 4 days to bond. The moment they bond, we give them time to know that this is my mother. They will know that this is my mother until the mother chases them away from the what? From the breast. The same color white, that they know. Each and everyone knows that this one is my mother, the other one is the other one's mother. So the moment you release them in the morning, you will find every goat, every kid running to its mother. Everyone running to its mother. This one is a good mother. Does not even chase away that one which is not his. So that is the reason as to why they should always bond. The other one has three. The other one has three. These ones are for yesterday. The other one has two. So you see, they enjoy this place. It is dry. There is no dew. We leave them here until it comes to the time for grazing. They will take water. They will just feed and rest for some good time until it comes to between 9 to 10 in the morning. Then they are good to go for grazing. So I don't know how you have been managing your goats there, but at least I've given you a hint on how you can manage them with the time and how you can manage with the dew in the morning. Yes. Goats love heights a lot. You see, they are enjoying. They like climbing and, going up and down, going up and down. So that is why I always advise you, if you don't have an anthill with you, try to put some, broken bricks and some, soil. Then you pile it all together so that you can at least try to improvise something like that. They like playing and moving up and down, up and down. They enjoy heights a lot. That is why even when you are constructing their structures, you raise it up. They feel very secure. They enjoy being, enjoying in heights. So when they are breastfeeding, make sure you observe the goats, how they are breastfeeded, if the other has got any problem, if the other is too big and the milk is not taken wide. If it has more than 3 or 4, at least you can pick up one feed and then you give it to the other mother so that it can also breastfeed and the other, it gets back to the normal. Basically, I would advise at least for you to manage them like this. So as the sun and the dew end, then you are good to go for grazing. We are still on how to manage during the rainy season. So since the dew is still on our grass, I normally advise farmers to plant this napier or locally elephant grass. For these nannies that are still mothers, they have just given birth, so that they can get something to supplement on before they go for grazing. So it is not yet 9. They have to be released in the morning by 9. So we get our napier, we tie it here. I have done this for years, so I'm used to the system. So I tie it here like this. Then they will automatically come and start, they will start and come and start enjoying with their mothers. So it helps the mothers, gain, because they are still breastfeeding. And even the kids start with it slowly by slowly. So you have to grow this at your farm. Most of you call it elephant grass, but it is napier in another word. So please, you also have to plant it as a supplement so that the mothers don't lose, they don't lose weight, they don't lose milk. And they get that supplement with them, you see. So most of you may ask, why the napier grass or the elephant grass? This is very important for the goats. One, it helps them, gain and have milk, enough milk for them to breastfeed their kids. So two, once you have this napier, basically, most of the times in the morning, it will help them, gain. By the time they go for grazing, they will have got something in their stomach, like a vegetable, like most of us, even the humans, do. When you eat dodo, you eat cabbage, you eat greens, you eat, salad. So it also helps the goats to stimulate their enzymes, setting off anytime. So you see now the weather is changing a bit, the sun is rising, so the dew is going to be removed by our sun. So by the time it comes to 9, between 9 to 10, the grass will be already dry. The mothers will have eaten the napier, got some milk, so that they are set to go for grazing, and they leave the kids behind. All these ones are not yet 2 months. The kids will stay here. So once the mother eats here and gets the milk, it breastfeeds for a full hour. So by the time they leave, even the kids will have got enough milk for them to stay behind. Most of the farmers do take these young kids with the nannies or the mothers at the grazing yard. I wouldn't advise you to do that because they malnourish very fast. You see, it's like making a baby who is not yet 1 year old to walk. So you leave them behind so that the mothers come back at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and again the kids will breastfeed more and more because the mothers will have rest enough time at the yard, the grazing yard, and then the kids will have also got enough time to rest so that when the mothers come to find them, they have enough milk for them to breastfeed. Another reason why you may ask why you need this nap here. When the mothers leave and go for grazing, also babies learn how to eat. Because you ask me so many questions that when you leave the babies behind, what do they feed on? So they also learn because it is very soft. It is soft for these babies, for the goats. They learn by eating this napier. So by the time they are 3 months to go out on the big grazing yard, they are used to the grass, and they are used to, gaining that speed of grazing. So it helps them also boost their training ways of eating. So this napier has got no problems to the babies. Like what you have seen, they are young and at least they are trying to eat as they breastfeed. Yes, like we are still on the management, the sheds which are raised up, it is very important and vital to get time and clean under the sheds. That is why you are seeing my helper is trying to clean and remove all the droppings, because if you leave them for a long time, the ammonia that comes out of it affects the goats up, you see, the shed. So the droppings, make sure you sweep them off, under the shed, so that you collect and take them in the garden. So this is what we normally do, either on Saturday or any day, as long as you see that it is getting much under. Then you sweep all the droppings, put them in one place, and then drive them to the plantations, either to the maize or to the banana. So this is also very important. Make sure you don't skip it out at your farm. That is the very good reason as to why all these shades must be constructed when they are risen up. You create even enough space so that someone, when is down there sweeping, is not offended, does not get any problems when he's cleaning under the shed. Still under management, you saw the other young kids moving out to go and join their mothers to breastfeed. So such a nice structure like this helps them with a cold not to be affected by pneumonia, and they sleep on this dry straw like I told you, so that even the colds do not affect them during the night and rain season. This one can accommodate even up to 50 before they are 3 months. To join the other big shed, So you need something like this, not very expensive, at least you improvise. Even if it is a grass-sized structure, then you put the dry straw such that they are comfortable and they grow very fast. Once you give them such conditions which are nice to them, you will see these goats growing very fast. I always tell you savannah bulls are very nice because they grow very fast once you try to help them also and do the needful, because you will not just let them out in the outskirts and they sleep anyhow and expect them to grow like you see these ones are doing, are performing. So by the time they are 3 months, we release them from here, then they go in the big shed, and the new ones will come again. They don't sleep with their mothers. Yeah, this is every daily routine we normally do. A daily routine on a daily basis. Check on the goats, check on the time they have to go out, cross-check those ones which are still having any issues or cases, then and see what you have to do with them, what you can manage with it, if they need anything to do with treatment, administer it in time. So you can easily monitor and see how the goats are doing during morning hours. It is very vital. So you cannot come and cross-check on your animal in the, after lunch. Most of you do take the goats to graze in the noon time, and you have not supplemented for them to do anything. That is why I tell you that they give birth twice a year. They must give birth twice a year, especially the savannah breed. Yeah. Yes, we are still under management. By this time, we are under record management. So after cross-checking all the goats and going through how they have been, those are still, which ones are still under, management for vaccinations. You see those ones which are weak on a daily basis. In the morning, you cross-check those that have recovered. You check on the nannies how many have given birth. So like now, this one that the mother gave birth yesterday of 3, you make a record of them. That the date of 28th, it gave birth with 3 nannies, with 3 kids. Then you record how many were male and how many were female. So you make a record of it and what was administered, ferrum, and how many meals. So the mothers, how the nannies, are they okay? So you also make a record of it. Today, the 29th, you also, after going through all the system of a daily basis, like I told you, you again come back and cross-check the nannies, how many nannies still we have. Those ones which are still under medication, you tick and see that these ones have recovered. Those ones which are still in the penny that are weak, or in the shade that are weak, you still record them here, such that when even the manager comes to cross-check the records, can easily know that these ones gave birth on this date. And then you cross-check with them. Then you make a record of it. So you make that these ones are 3. Then you make a record of it. You say how many nannies you have. Then you make a record of it. Then you make sure that if there are 5, they are in the shade, then you record that there are 5. The females, you see, these are the females, 3 nannies. Then those ones, the rest which we still have them, there are 5. So such that if for your records, make sure you record everything for a data base and the recordings for your farm. Most of the farmers miss out on this part, and they think it is just a matter of recording by eyes and looking at them. But savannas are very tricky. They are all the same color. They are white.
So if you don't make a record of it, you can easily forget. You can easily not even remember that this one was sick. This one was a medication, was given a vaccine yesterday. So I would advise you under management to also have a record. Like I also do it for myself. I pass through the record in the book, then I bring it back, put it down on my computer. So all this information I can easily access at any one moment when anytime when I want. So it is even very beneficial for you that once you want to make anything, you can easily access this work. My fellow farmers, still under management, where do you take your animals for grazing? You take them in the same place you took them yesterday. I wouldn't advise you to do that because they want new places. Where these animals graze today, you will find that when you take them back tomorrow, the same place, they will not graze there well. So most of the farmers do a mistake around this time. Uh, you need to interchange places of grazing. Those ones who are on small pieces of land, make sure at least the paddocks that you took on yesterday are not the same that you took on the other time, and not the same that you're taking them today. So please keep on changing so that they get even the levels of grass to grow. So if the levels of grass is still very low, they will eat nothing. So make sure that you keep on rotating to give space and time for new grass to come. And there's a certain level where we see that at least at that level, the animals can have that nice and sweet grass for them to eat and they benefit. Because most of the time, you find farmers, they get a rope, tie around the neck of the goat, put it there where it was yesterday, it was last year, and it is still big. It will not be productive to you. However much you would want it to produce for you and give babies for you, the place is not, the place is not even conducive for it to eat. But if you keep on changing the place, then you will find good results. So still under management, if you have a small place, please and please try to plant the elephant grass like I told you, such that you can even supplement all that time when you are moving it to one place to another. You even give time for the grass to grow back. So please, those who have been at least mismanaging the goats in such a way, you should change such that you get good results for that.